Welcome back, everybody, to Try Before We Die, the whiskey review show where we don't know what we're drinking, but we'll tell you what we're thinking. Hey, Mal, how's it going?
Same as usual. Didn't we just do this? Didn't we just do this?
Didn't we just do this? We do this every week.
All right.
It's great to see everybody. Hopefully, it's great to see us. You know the drill. Hundreds of bottles of whiskey. We don't know what we're going to pull, but we're going to pull it, we're going to open it, and we're going to review it. You ready, Mal?
Yes.
Tonight, it's going to be bottle
50.
1. That is right behind me. Now, as we know, these 50s are in the territory of bottles we've been hoping to taste. So I'm just going to stand up and pull it. We know we have 15 across. 15, 30, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49.
It's a bottle of water.
This close. 51. Oh, is a hammer.
All right.
In case you get out of line.
Oh, I'm going to get out of line.
All right. Just so everybody knows, bottle 50 was the 2022 Classic Cut.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a Macallan. Bottle 52 was edition number 5. But Malcolm, we landed on
Oh, from the islands.
bottle 51, the Macallan Terra. What do you know?
Oh, my wife bought that for you.
Is this the one?
Yes.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this came, is this a full liter? 700, I don't know.
Are you sure?
She brought me the Quest, I thought.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, it's a Macallan. Let's get it open. Oh, these guys have their tricky tops. Oh, just got to twist it and break it. Ready? I really don't know where I got this. Exclusive to travelers. This may be from the islands. Your wife was just in
Aruba.
Aruba.
Oh,
Baby.
that's going to be a good drink.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
The Macallan Terra. Exclusive to travelers, coming in at 43.8. Oh, I like that 0.8. Mal? How is this whiskey aged? Don't read it.
Sherry.
Yes, very good. Right, the color. Matured in European and American oak sherry, seasoned casks from 2 celebrated cooperages. So tell us, do you know, have we gone over sherry seasoned?
Yes. Maybe.
Okay, what do you think?
Sherry season when it's it's like a wash of sherry in the cask.
It is like a wash of sherry. It isn't a cask that held sherry for years. It's a cask that's seen sherry. They dated. They didn't get married, though.
I thought you were going to actually say what a cooperage was.
What's a cooperage?
I don't know what a cooperage is.
That's where they make the barrels.
All right. Cooper.
Yeah, a cooper. The Macallan Terra honors the very best of European and American oak from both continents. The masterful combination of casks from our most established partners creates a spirit of harmonious intensity that celebrates the best of both worlds. Characterized by its complex but balanced flavors of dried fruits, toffee, and rich oak, this is a single malt whiskey that reveals the intensity of oak casks at the heart of our quest. The Macallan Terra. Natural color. I love that it's natural color.
That's actually impressive.
I really love that. And just because some whiskeys won't say it, it doesn't mean that there's the E150A added, but it leaves that question mark.
Yeah, you don't know.
So it's good just to take it out of there. 43.8, and I like that they didn't just bump it from 40 to 43, but that they found that 0.8 must have made a difference. Anything else you want to say about Macallan before we dive a little deeper into this travel exclusive, which of course everybody means duty-free, right? You buy this at duty-free at international travel.
No, just the fact that I've enjoyed every one that we had so far.
All the Macallans?
All the Macallans.
You got a favorite Macallan we've had so far? Because I do.
I don't know. What was season 1? Was it that the classic cut? No.
2017 Classic Cut. That's where I land.
That was a phenomenal drink.
That was a phenomenal drink. Absolutely. In fact, many folks out there in the world of the internet, which is where we are right now, agree that the 2017 Classic Cut was a
That was phenomenal.
cut above.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, whatever.
All right, what do we got for color? While you talk color, I'll just take a look and see if there just happens to be any chance this is in the new book.
I'm going to say a very deep golden color. Reddish gold. Maybe mahogany?
I see what you're saying. It is not in the book, nor did I expect it to be due to its nature.
Legs take a little while to develop.
Yeah.
But that's a gorgeous color.
Here they say the Macallan is the BMW of single malts.
Ooh.
Expensive, but worth the money, and with a relatively moderate starting price that escalates rapidly.
Don't you?
And that is true.
Don't you think you're part of a BMW crew?
You know, not anymore.
Oh!
That boy came and took my car today.
All right. Well, good for him.
He left me a bottle of whiskey, though.
Oh, did he?
He did. Escalates rapidly, with some bottles reaching six figures at auction. The other day I saw at an auction a cask of Macallan went for just under $1 million. One barrel. I think it was a 1990s hogshead, which means it held what kind of finish?
Port?
Sure.
Oh, all right.
All right. Mahogany, slightly reddish.
Slightly reddish.
Deep color. Where were we with legs?
Takes a little while to develop, but they are there.
Very long, clean lines across the top.
I mean, it's a, when you think of whiskey, that's what I think of the color. I don't think of the pail. I don't think of the straw.
Right.
This is what I think of when I think of whiskey.
I mean, that looks like some whiskey.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Have you had it before?
No.
Neither have I. I do think one of the crew members has had it.
Yeah,
I think he even said he got it to bring over here, but then he drank it.
Yes.
Yeah, that sometimes happens, right?
It does.
All right. Well, let's have a nosing. The Macallan Terra, 43.8. Oh, okay. So what I like about that initially is, though there is that classic Macallan sulfur, it is very subdued.
I got more of the sweet that went right up my nose. You took a second. I didn't take a second. I went from open straight to my nose, and that one, that sweetness got me.
Right, but I mean that slight bitterness is there, and that's not a bad word, everybody. No. But it is much less than some of the recent Macallans we've pulled. I think we pulled the Macallan Amber. We've just recently had the Macallan Quest as well. I'm feeling like this may be an older, more mature version based on the nosings, is what I'm picking up right here. I just have a more well-rounded nose than I did with perhaps the Quest or the Amber.
Something candied.
I am something absolutely candied. I'm just getting caught up in the nosing, and I wasn't thinking about things. I'm just really looking forward to this taste.
This goes back to one of those. This is a very pleasant smell. Once you initially get through that first bit, and it starts to mellow out a little bit, It's really pleasant.
There's nothing off-putting about this nose. There's nothing that's like, oh boy, brace yourself, right? We're gonna take a slug of this and go out in the street and draw pistols, right? This is not Old West whiskey.
Something floral maybe as well.
All right, so tell me this before we taste.
Okay.
What does Terra mean?
Earth.
Yes. So I like your idea of floral or whatnot, something coming from
Earthy.
the earth, right? And of course, oak as well. So we should be looking for something woody in the taste. Shall we get after it?
Let's do this. Cheers. Wow, that was ridiculously smooth.
If it was in thirds, the first 2/3, to quote Malcolm, are ridiculously smooth. Then I pick up some of that oaky spiciness.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
The bitterness, which is a classic Macallan hallmark, is present the whole way, but it is just like this
Subtle.
very subtle, right? Just like a ghost in the room. Like you
Yep.
just sense its presence. Of the last few Macallans that I've had, I'm liking this one the most. But I mean, I've had better. I'm clearly going to land on that 17 Classic Cut. But this is nice. And now I'm going to take another smaller sip and try to pick out some of the front end flavors. Because that oaky spicy on that back third, are you finding that? Very woody. Oh, there was just this dried fruit.
Raisin, maybe?
Okay. I initially wanted to go apricot, but clearly a dried fruit. I don't find it to be amazingly complex, but I do find it to be a very complete example of a Macallan.
Very much so.
And if we were going to go back to this BMW idea, this is a 3 Series.
Okay.
But this is a 3 Series
Oh,
with
the higher-
with a few bells and whistles,
Yes.
right? It's nice,
It is very nice.
right?
And I like that smoothness on the front.
You're not embarrassed to pull up in a 3 Series.
No.
Not embarrassed to walk in with this car. I mean, excuse me, like my car.
Yeah.
With this bottle of whiskey. This is hey, I know a little something.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I really like that there is this dried fruit in the beginning.
Maybe. Toffee?
Well, again, when you talk about these sherry finishes, right? You know, it's very common to find some of that toffee or that butterscotch or that chocolate.
As I rolled it back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't find it to have a very long finish.
I would say probably my take of it is a little bit longer than you would probably take
Okay.
of it.
All right.
I think it's got some legs to it.
Yeah. I don't find it very oily.
No.
Right. It's pretty creamy in many ways.
Very much so.
Right.
That's actually a good way to describe
Yeah.
it. Because that's the way I felt. I'm like, oh, this
Right.
is smooth. It's creamy. It goes down easy. And then you have that little bit at the back that just like lets you know that, oh, yeah, there's a little bit
Right.
here.
Oftentimes when you're having a whiskey and you're looking for the legs, and if you forget to look for a while and you have a few sips, check your glass to see if legs have developed from the back and the forth. And
Yeah, you can see it right there.
yeah, but I'm not streaked with legs.
No.
Right, I'm not streaked with legs. Again, that lends itself to this more creamy profile, more of a smooth whiskey, which of course is translating again into that in absence of a significant mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Right. Again, this is a nice whiskey. You know, I'm not going to declare this is a great or a fantastic whiskey, but this is a nice whiskey.
It's a very drinkable whiskey.
Yeah.
You know, if you were going to go to Macallan and I pick, I mean, you could probably go to anyone and just be like, oh.
Yeah.
But if you would like just have a few choices, this wouldn't be a bad choice.
Yeah.
It's very easy going. You get the Macallan trademark. You just don't need to fight it.
All right, so I've got a tray here, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Now, for you, I brought the smoked oysters.
Lovely.
However, you're in luck. I am going to absolutely not recommend a smoked oyster with this whiskey.
Really?
Really. Now, we got, you know, our favorites. We've got what do we have here? A cranberry chocolate.
Yeah.
A sea salt chocolate.
Yeah.
An orange chocolate. A pineapple, which could be interesting. The thing that I think could be most interesting is actually this creamy Havarti. Now, not a Havarti dill,
Okay.
but just a creamy Havarti with this creamy whiskey. I don't see how we're going wrong with any of those chocolates,
Okay.
right? I'm going to have a piece of this creamy Havarti, this cream Havarti, just to see if the creams pair well.
All right. And I'm going to stab the pineapple.
I'll lend a hand with that for you.
Thank you very much. That works. All right.
I appreciate that you went out of the go-to zone.
Well, that's a Macallan you shouldn't have to worry about.
Right. It's fine. It's not like this marriage made in heaven, this cream Havarti. It's fine, right? Because you'll often maybe be at an establishment where there'll be many things to choose from. You're not going to go wrong with that plain Havarti, that cream Havarti. I wouldn't want it with dill. I think the dill would overpower it. The pineapple?
I don't think it really stand out, but you couldn't go wrong if you were having pineapple and you happen to have it,
Right.
then be fine with it. But I don't think it was one of those, oh my lord,
Yeah.
you know, this is the pairing that you should do.
What's the oh my lord on this tray? The cranberry, the sea salt, or the orange?
Oof. I almost want to say the cranberry.
I want to say the sea salt. I'll tell you. Well, you tell me why, then I'll tell you why.
I think the cranberry would bring out that dried fruit more. And if it is apricot cranberry, you start to freaking drag that out.
Here's my fear.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the sea salt because the dried fruit was so subtle
Okay.
that I would worry about influencing it too much with the cranberry or the orange.
Yeah.
That's my perspective.
But then when you think that the salt would freaking take that out.
What I actually am going to hope is the salt sort of just even takes that sort of sulfur bitterness down just a little bit more.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's good. The salt, I could absolutely pick up the sea salt. The reality is we could have a smoked oyster with this Macallan and be like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good, right? Because we're having a nice whiskey.
Correct.
Yes. All right. The Macallan Terra.
That was nice. Good pull.
Nice pull. We missed the pull by one on each side.
Miss just means it's still there to be
But
chosen.
it's still there. And, we would have opened if it had got pulled. The Macallan Terra coming in at 43.8%. That's a fine, nice whiskey.
It is a goodie.
All right, let's take a look. Let's see what the crew has done to us tonight. Oh, they've actually asked us to pass a reading
That's like a
test.
paragraph.
All right, I'm just going to ask you to tilt the board a little bit this way. Perfect. All right, here we go. I'm not going to read it all the way through. I'm just going to read it one time. Ready?
Go for it.
All right. Here's to a long life and a happy one, a quick death and an easy one, a good girl and an honest one, and a cold pint and another one.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
The cranberry made the backside better.
Did you like it with the cranberry?
It was different.
Do you feel like the cranberry took, influenced the dried fruit idea too much?
No, actually it didn't. What it did, it influenced that backside of the
oaky
bit of
spicy.
oaky spicy.
Yeah.
It was actually very weird that way.
Yeah.
I didn't think that.
I think what I would be comfortable with this whiskey would be if somebody hadn't had a Macallan before, this would be a nice way to introduce them and not worry that they weren't going to appreciate a 7 Series BMW.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.